name is Israel Jima
And welcome to our channel, Love in Paradise with
Israel and Lena Jima.
All right. So what are we talking about today?
We are talking of what happened. Something happened.
Something happened.
You know, we had shared with the people last time how we met.
Yes.
How we met in the church. I was in the choir youth meeting. You were also there. And then something happened.
After the guitar lessons.
Yes, something happened.
So if you didn't watch the part 1 of this video, go back and watch part 1 of this video, okay? So
that's on how we met.
How we met. So now I took 2 lessons of guitar with you because you are so good on the guitar, and I see you and I so much admire the way you play the guitar, and I was like, this could be something I could learn. So after 2 lessons, then something happened. I remember we went to the late Pastor Jacob Okodua's place. Pastor Jacob Okodua was, very nice man of blessed memory. We really miss him. He was our great friend. And as usual, it was a time of fasting and praying for us.
We will often do that as the youth team.
Yes.
We'll pray together, fast together. Go to one of our members' houses to break the fast.
Yeah.
And you ladies will cook for us. Remember that?
Yeah. Though it was a big church, but it was just this group of 6. Mm-hmm. I think about 5 men, 5 brothers, and 2 or sometimes 3 or 4 sisters. Okay, so but we were in a very big church, but just these few people, we just click
together.
So so this day was one of the days we're fasting and praying, and we ladies had prepared the food to be eating after fasting. So we finished praying, and then we all sat down to start eating. We ate. When we finished eating, this guy here just called me out, said, excuse me, Sister Lena. I said, okay. And I followed him, and he was taking me away. I mean, I still don't know the reason why you took me all the way outside to the road. So he took me out of the apartment. There's a road in front of the apartment, right? And though it's a lonely road, not road where cars are passing, it was a lonely road. And then he stopped there. We stopped somewhere. There was in the evening, very, very cool evening. And then he said to me, I called you out because I want to tell you something. I want to ask you something. I said, what? He said, how about you be my wife? I'm like, what? Seriously?
That was an unexpected request.
Yeah, it was very, very unexpected. I wasn't expecting it because I was really young that time. I was 21 or 20, I was really young. I wasn't expecting it.
Yes, it was an unexpected thing to you. Mm-hmm. I personally, from the onset, since I got saved as a very young man in my teens, when I was in high school, and then when I got saved, I became very committed to Christ and to His Word. So I was not into following girls at all. I never had a girlfriend in my life. I never went up with any lady for any reason whatsoever. Now, but as we were together there in the church, seeing you as a young lady in our team there, committed to God, worshiping God, serving God, and with this beautiful face, and now remember you were very slim, beautiful like that. I just fell in love with you. I said, I couldn't explain it. I didn't understand what it was, but I just felt a pull towards you. And being somebody who prays a lot, I had to pray about it. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to err.
So you really prayed before you called me, before you spoke to me?
I prayed before I took my step. is very, very important. So if you know how to pray, it's good you pray before you take major steps in your life.
That's
Speaking,
right.
generally speaking, very vital, because God sees what we do not see.
That's right.
He knows the end before the beginning even kicks in. So I felt that love for you. So well, this lady is beautiful and she's fine. She could be my wife. So I prayed about it and I felt led by God to talk to you about it. That's why, and I couldn't tell you where everybody else was on the table just eating there. So I had to call you out of the room.
Because you didn't want
Of course, I
couldn't.
couldn't say that before everybody there. So we went. I called you out,
Because
and then
the
and
answer would have been
told
shocking.
You, and I told you directly to your face. But I didn't believe in trying to say, okay, you want us to go out. Can you go out with me? No. I went straight to the point. Not only me and you. With the youth, we have all been together from house to house.
Yes,
but me and you alone, no, we have not lived together. So I just said it the way it was in my heart, and I said, "How about you become my wife? I love you, and I feel it's God's will."
And I said no.
And she just told me, no, because she wasn't ready at that time.
Yeah.
Later, I got to know, before I even came, some guys already told you about that.
Oh yes, being a beautiful, nice girl, yeah. So, like those years, my friends used to call me "Boys Follow Me." Boys Follow Me. That was my nickname. But where I never gave attention to any boy, I know that a lot of boys had wanted me. Even in high school, they want me to be their girlfriend, but I just refused. There was one particularly that, well, I was like considering, and this boy was this boy was after me. He wouldn't let me breathe, he will sneak to our house to come and see me. When he see my mom coming, he will run. Because those years,
boys of those days.
Yeah, and those years, our parents, if you are not like up to like 25 or something, they don't want to see boys around you. If you are not ready for marriage, they don't want to see boys around you. So this boy was always after me. And do you know that his mom, he was raised by a single mom too, which was very rare then. I think the mom was a widow. So but this boy was very, very smart. And I was also like thinking, okay, maybe the mom will come to our house and call me his wife, her wife, the son's wife. We always tell my mom, your daughter is going to marry my son, blah 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 blah. So I'm like, okay. I was like trying to give in, to the boy, until the day he wanted to, force me to bed with him. He was like, oh, I love you, Lina, blah blah blah. Before I know it, he was, trying to sleep with me. I'm like, no way. I have promised myself that I am going to remain, a virgin until I meet my own husband.
I
get married on our wedding, until after wedding. So that just made me cut off from the boy. And then unfortunately for the boy, he got scholarship and he traveled outside Nigeria to go to school. I was like, oh yeah, he's gone, he left me alone. Okay, so and then there was this other man who was coming for me. This guy, we come to our house then, he had a car then. He was giving my mom gifts and all of that. And I kept telling my mom, don't take any gift from this man. I'm never going to, go with him. The man will beg me, tell me, Lina, I love you. I remember there was a time I poured water on him. Oh, God forgive me. But this man wouldn't give up. Even though I poured water on him, he was still coming. Every day we come to our house. You come with gifts, you come with things. He just won't tell me.
All this were before you became a Christian.
Yes. This
even
was even
when you
before.
became a Christian now, some people approached you.
Yes,
Pastors.
even pastors.
Because one reason why you turned me off immediately was because you said in your mind, I want to get married to a pastor,
Yes,
and I was not a pastor.
exactly.
So I failed the test.
So when when at this time that we met, I had my list of what I wanted in a man. I made a list. Number one on the list is that this man should be God-fearing, a man of prayers. I want a God-fearing man, and I want a man of prayers. Then number two, I said I want to be married to a pastor.
And incidentally, many ladies will say, I don't want to be married to a pastor.
Yeah, but me.
But you wanted to be married to a pastor.
Yes, okay. I think.
And here was I, a civil engineer, not a pastor.
Yes. So
when
when you came and said, "Hey, marry me," I'm like, no. Number one, you failed. You failed. You don't meet my requirements. You are not a pastor. The reason I wanted to marry a pastor is because I know that I myself am going to be a preacher. Okay. I'm going to be a missionary, so I want a man who is going, whom I will feel comfortable with.
Who also has a calling, so you can fulfill together.
Yeah, so we can work together. So when he proposed to me and asked me to marry him, I said no. I said no because he didn't qualify. He was not a pastor then. So how he became a pastor, we'll tell that story later. It's not me. I didn't make him a pastor. No. Not knowing that he's been having, encounters with God himself, that he knew that he is going to also be a minister in the future. But I didn't know that. We never discussed with all our friendship and all that. We never discussed to that point. So I didn't know. So what happened was that, so when I said no to him, I think you were disappointed, right?
Absolutely. Who wouldn't be?
So because,
But I didn't give it up, because I felt that love for you. I said, this would be a good wife. And had that pull. And so when you said no, I said, well, I'm not going to force it, neither am I going to give it up. So I went back and prayed again.
Thank God you didn't give it up.
I said, Lord, see what she said. So speak to her by yourself, convince her by yourself, and eventually God did.
Yeah, and you know what? Even before you, I've had 2 pastors come into my life asking me to marry them, and I said no. And they're like, what? And these are pastors, pastoring nice church. If one of them was the pastor when the pastor was changed, transfer, another pastor
our church pastor was changed, yes.
Yeah, transfer, brought another pastor. This pastor they brought was a single man, a bachelor pastor, that everybody wanted him. And then this man came to me and said, I'm sorry, sir. I said no. He couldn't imagine me saying no. So there was one day he called me to his office. So I went. And then he told me, last night I had a dream. I saw me and you wore wedding gown and we're getting married. I said, Pastor, thank you very much, sir. But I didn't see it. You saw it, I didn't see it. Tell God to show me. I said, thank God to show me too. God will have to show me. And the man was so embarrassed, and he was so like, he couldn't believe it that I'm rejecting his offer. And then within about 6 months, he got another sister. And within, few months like that, they got married. I was even the chief bridesmaid. I was the chief bridesmaid. I was very happy for him that he got married to somebody else, So, and then another person also, came to me. This man was assistant pastor then. And then this guy, he was his friend. Okay, he was his friend. So before he came to me, this guy had come to me like a year or so before. And this guy begged, he was literally begging me to marry him. I would tell him, I'm so sorry, I don't love you. This guy is so loving. He will...
A very good brother. Very, very
he will
good.
share his money with me. He will get the salary and he's headed to my house. He's putting some nice in an envelope. He's blessing me with it. I tell him, hey, excuse me, I can't take your money. My mother taught me never to accept money from any man. So I don't accept money from men. So he's like, oh no, I'm just giving you, don't worry, take it, you can spend it. It's not because I ask you to. I said, if I take this money, I'm not going to marry you. Oh. He said, don't worry, just take it. So he was just blessing me with money. I fed for him because he really wanted me, but I didn't want him. Why? Because I didn't feel any love for him, one. And I prayed, God didn't show me anything. I didn't see green light. I didn't see that, I didn't have that butterfly towards him.
So you want to let the people know how you eventually knew that this is he.
How I know
That
this is he.
How do you know? Because you have said no.
I know
And
this
they
is
eventually
he.
say yes.
You're a lucky man.